What's up, everyone? This is FP6 bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Halloween Cup. By the way, I'm totally loving this Halloween Cup meta. It just feels so fresh, and a lot of these matchups are a lot of fun to play out. In today's video, I tried a bunch of different team comps running Haunter both as the lead, and I also tried it as the safe swap. And I'm going to be totally honest, I really want Haunter to be a strong performer in this Halloween Cup because Haunter is one of my favorite Pokemon to use. You could also, try this with Gengar as well. Gengar doesn't hit quite as hard, but has a little bit more bulk, so that's the trade-off there. But as you will see in these battles here, Haunter didn't perform super well. Maybe I just need to continue to think about some possible team comps with it. But the moveset that I do recommend you use on Haunter if you want to use Haunter or Gengar for that matter, Shadow Claw is a fast move obviously, and then Sludge Bomb and Shadow Punch as the charge moves. The reason being, most of the matchups where you need the ghost type damage, Shadow Punch does that more than enough anyways, and I always like to err on the side of having as much coverage as possible, and so Sludge Bomb helps you not be walled by the dark types or walled by the normal types like Wigglytuff here. So that's why I do prefer this moveset. I believe this first set I actually roll with Haunter in the lead and then Azumarill and Wigglytuff in the back. Reason being, Haunter does not want to see a dark type in the lead, and so both Azumarill and Wigglytuff can handle the dark types. That's kind of the thought process behind this team comp. But Shadow Victory Bell is actually kind of tough because I doubt I would even get to another Shadow Punch there. So I have to bring out Wigglytuff to try to charm this thing down because I can't bring out Azumarill. And I just have to sack the Wigglytuff and get rid of this Shadow Victory Bell because it's going to destroy my Azumarill as well. So I essentially only have like one Pokemon remaining. Out comes Crustle. This is really bad. Really bad. I'm gonna just have to hope that Shadow Victory Bell was their only counter to Azumarill and hope that a double shielded Azumarill can sweep this back line. Might as well commit a shield here. It is the Rock Slide, so that's a good shield. It is a Toxicroak in the back, so I really should have baited here. But again, like if the bait wasn't successful, I would have been kind of in a scary spot. I guess I probably could have just bubbled down. So this is a big mistake here, not baiting. And then I get baited. And as you can see, I should have thrown Ice Beam there as well, but I still don't think it would have been enough. The Sludge Bomb lands and takes me out. So really good playing by my opponent there. Haunter into Azumarill. I like this matchup a lot. It's pretty rare that I bait here because you get to the Sludge Bomb right as the Azumarill is getting to that Ice Beam, or right as they're receiving the energy for the Ice Beam. So you typically get to draw shields first. I try to catch an Ice Beam on my own Azumarill, but it never seems to work out. My opponents keep holding onto their energy. They're playing very well. All these battles are above the 3100 ELO range, so you know that these are some really good battlers. My Azumarill here is not running Play Rough still. It's Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, and I'm not convinced that that is the moveset to be running. Obviously, it is dependent on your team comp, on what you have in the back, but I keep getting schooled by Azumarills that have Play Rough here. I've still only seen this Azumarill, so I'm going to bring out Haunter and go for a pretty aggressive farm here. I don't want to have to commit a shield though, so I will throw the Shadow Punch right here. And I still have some residual energy and 2 shields for my Charmer in the back to see what happens. So Alolan Muck, they have a Alolan Muck and a Alolan Marowak in the back. 2 decent responses to Charm, and we get some nice lag there. Really nice Go Battle lag. Seems like Niantic continues to ignore the community when we try to reach out and point out lag. It's been a long time since they've made any sort of a response or acknowledgement that their servers are still bad in Go Battle League, so we're gonna have to see what happens here. Unfortunately, the charms are just not going to do enough damage against this Alolan Marowak here, and I still have the Alolan Muck to deal with. So I switch in my Haunter, but all this really does is provide the Alolan Muck with more farm, but essentially there was no win scenario here anyways. They had two pretty solid answers to a Charmer in the back, so good game to my opponent there. All right, Haunter into Beedrill. This is a good lead. Obviously, you have to shield up the Drill Run, which, if I remember correctly, I think it's 7 poison jabs to get there. And for some reason, my Shadow Punch was undercharged there. I was lagging again. I still got a shield, which is good. So I'll shield this up. I get baited, which is not great. And then they switch into Crustle. I have Azumarill as a pretty solid response to this. Unfortunately, this is a matchup where you can't like fully farm down with Azumarill. And so I'm still trying to think about like the best way to play this matchup when you switch lock a Crustle. But I think you throw the Ice Beam, and then you still have a little bit of residual energy stored. I could have gone for an undercharged Ice Beam. That might be a better response, because I do want to leave that matchup with as much health as possible, or as much energy as possible, and minimal health, because now this Beedrill is getting such an aggressive farm. So I bring out Haunter. Because I have a Shadow Punch loaded, I get to totally deny all that energy that the Beedrill farmed, which is a really solid play. Azumarill in the back. I'm going to be able to get to the Sludge Bomb. It's not enough to KO, but as you will see, the Shadow Claws should be enough. And I'm actually able to get to this Shadow Punch, which is really good. Good game. Don't even need to use the Wigglytuff there. Haunter did very well with that team comp right there. Good energy management. Haunter into Toxicroak. This is really good, but yet again, you have to shield the Mud Bomb. I prefer to shield the Mud Bomb because you're going to leave this matchup with so much health and a good amount of stored energy. So I'm fully committed to committing a shield here. And then I will farm down. And I have a very healthy Haunter with loaded energy. Out comes Alolan Muck, which technically my team does not have a response to. Also, even with all these blinds closed on the windows, there's still like sun glare happening. I apologize for that. Hopefully you can still see me kind of clear. I intentionally threw the Ice Beam right away because I didn't want the Alolan Muck to shield. I just wanted as much damage on it as possible, because I know that my Wigglytuff can actually charm down that Alolan Muck if it's low enough health. I'm in a very tough spot here. I do have a healthy Haunter, but it's going to struggle against this Azumarill that has loaded energy. Going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb again. It gets shielded. That is very, very bad for me. I can't shield this. I can't shield it because I need to save a shield for my Wigglytuff. So I have to just charm through everything here. Technically, the Sludge Wave is going to be doing the most damage, so I can't even shield up anything here. I get hit by a Hydro Pump. Feels terrible. Out comes that Muck. I have to shield this up. It's probably just a Dark Pulse, but I still have to shield it up. And then just charm all the way down. Charm through it all. Charm is so busted strong. Good game there. Able to take that, even though very tough team comp in the back with that Alolan Muck. Haunter into Azumarill. Azumarill is a very common lead, and I like playing this out. I might actually bait here. This is one of the few instances that I bait. Typically, I like to just go straight for the Sludge Bomb, but every single Azumarill has been shielding up the first charge move. So it's been really annoying to play out. So I can overfarm here a lot. Obviously, the bubbles are doing a lot of damage. I'm going to throw the Sludge Bomb here. And then people double shield the Azumarill here, which is really annoying. So I try to catch on my Azumarill. It doesn't work. Out comes Nidoqueen, but it's taking super effective damage from these bubbles. And it's also Shadow Nidoqueen. So look how much damage that Ice Beam does. I'm actually able to bubble it down. It doesn't even get off a move. So that's pretty solid for me. I still have a Wigglytuff. What am I running in the back here? I think I start changing up the back line a little bit in these sets. So we'll have to see, but my Azu still doesn't have Play Rough. We know that much. So I'm going to throw the Hydro Pump here, but I am dangerously close to being in Bubble Down range. Oh my gosh, I have an Obstagoon in the back. And I just gave up Switch Advantage there, and now I'm stuck against a Crustle. Not the best play there, but Obstagoon is going to be able to handle this Crustle just barely, because the X Scissors are going to be hitting for super effective. So thank goodness I still have a shield here. X-Scissor actually hits for a lot of damage, as you will see, because this Crustle gets to another move. Lose the CMP tie right there. And then this X-Scissor hits for a lot of damage. So thank goodness I still have the shield. Running Obstagoon in the back, again, because with the Haunter lead, Obstagoon is a solid response to the Dark types. So Haunter lead and Obstagoon. This is terrible, because Obstagoon can get through these Night Slashes so fast. So I'm going to try to catch a Night Slash. It never works out. Looks like this time I'm running Scrafty in the back. Again, another very solid response to a Dark type lead. Scrafty. My Azumarill is met by a Galvantula. Galvantula is a really solid punish to Azumarill, and my opponent plays this very well. I like to shield up the first move with Galvantula, and then farm down, because now I'm just in a world of hurt here. This is not good at all. Also, the sun is moving. I have to keep going farther and farther this direction to avoid these sunspots. Oh man. I need some new blinds or something. I'm able to take out that Galvantula. Out comes the Obstagoon, and in the back is Beedrill. So this is just a terrible scenario. These poison jabs are hitting for neutral, whereas my counters are hitting for double resisted. The X-Scissors hit for neutral. This foul play also hits for neutral. It's going to be some decent damage there, but this is just this is not happening here. I somehow need to land 2 Sludge Bombs on the Obstagoon, but they still have a shield. So I'm just going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb right off the bat. These Shadow Claws are triple resisted, so I was able to land it. I actually made the conclusion of this match a lot closer than I thought it would be, based on how hard of the team comp I had to face there. And as you can see, a couple Shadow Claws away from getting a Shadow Punch, but Shadow Punch wouldn't have even been enough. So good game there. Obstagoon lead was really difficult to deal with. Okay, I get absolutely hard countered by Tho here. Tho Technical, one of the best battlers. Golurk, Crustle can't do anything here. All the moves are resisted. This is terrible. So I switch into Haunter. These Mud Slaps do so much damage, and Haunter is hard punished by an Alolan Muck. Haunter can't do anything to an Alolan Muck. So I tried using Haunter as a safe swap in this line, but it was absolutely hard countered by an Alolan Muck. It's one of the few Pokemon, other than like Skuntank as well, where both of Haunter's moves are just absolutely useless there. And I have a Venusaur in the back in this line, so at this point I'm just going to hope that a double shielded Venusaur can sweep Tho's back line. Because I baited out the Alolan Muck, which is nice, so in theory, hopefully Venusaur is going to be able to... I thought I could farm down here. This was a huge mistake. I should have thrown a move. That's actually the mistake that I think cost me the game. Otherwise, I actually would have had a decent amount of play, because as you'll see, there's a Galvantula in the back. If I still had my Crustle with some health... Like, there's still some play here. I have to shield up the lunge, because Venusaur is going to be hitting for super effective on the Golurk with that Frenzy Plant. And I was even able to bait that first shield. The Sludge Bomb is not going to be enough to KO if I still had my Crustle. So definitely a misplay by me there, but... You saw me utilize Haunter as a safe swap there, and unfortunately it was met with one of the few hard punishes, that being a Alolan Muck. But very close conclusion to this game, despite being very hard countered there. Good game though. Crustle into Azumarill. This is not good, so I'm probably going to use the Haunter safe swap here. Yep. And I still have the Venusaur in the back. It's met by a Sableye, another really solid punish to Haunter. So I'm not so sure about Haunter as a safe swap. I feel like I more preferred it in the lead to try to burn some shields, because this is just bad. This is going to, and I get hit by a Power Gem. This is just going to be another instance where I'm just going to hope that a double shielded Venusaur can sweep. It's really my only hope, because Crustle doesn't really have any play against the Azumarill. So I'm going to shield once, fully farm down here. I know there's an Azumarill. Hopefully there's something else that Venusaur can potentially have some play against. They bring out the Azumarill again. Frenzy Plant, I think, would barely not KO at this range anyways, so, but I'm capped at 100 energy, so I'm going to throw this Frenzy Plant now. I'm out of shields. Very curious on what they have in the back. I'm going to be able to farm this down. That's really good for me. What do you have in the back? Oh, it's a Nidoqueen. As you can see, because of the ground and poison typing of Nidoqueen, it's going to be able to survive this Frenzy Plant, and they still have a shield. So not able to pull out this victory here. Definitely not. And whatever move this is, it's going to be able to take out Venusaur. Good game there. Venusaur is a really solid response to Azumarill, but unlike Meganium, it is nowhere near as bulky, so you kind of have to shield at the Ice Beam, unfortunately. Wigglytuff lead is not ideal. But my opponent, for some reason, switches out there, and now I get some great lag here. Awesome lag. Can't keep track of my opponent's fast moves. Man. So I'm going to be able to get my own Wigglytuff on this Drifblim. I'm using Haunter in the lead again. It's just an Icy Wind. Going to be able to charm this thing down. Do they bring out their oh, they actually have a Tentacruel. And so I know that they still have a Wigglytuff as well. Going to be able to get to this play rough. This is going to do some decent chip damage. Obviously, my attack has been debuffed from the Icy Wind, so not as great. And I get fully farmed down there, which is not great at all. I think I bring out Haunter as a sacrifice here. Just totally calling my opponent going to Acid Spray me here. So call the bait. Out comes a Wigglytuff again. I have to get my Azumarill on that. So my Azumarill gets to avoid the Tentacruel, which is really good for me. Honestly, at this point, since 2 shields are up, just go straight Ice Beam. My opponent doesn't shield the Ice Beam, which is super gutsy there. So I'll shield this. Gonna go for... I think I just actually go for a... Okay, I was really tempted to go for just a fast move beatdown there. Because it looks like they're saving their shields for Tentacruel for some reason. I'm gonna get this Ice Beam off. I'm just trying to stall out the clock as long as possible. And now I'm able to bring in my Haunter, and I have to shield this up even though it's an Acid Spray, but I should be able to get to 2 Shadow Punches and take this game. Let me know if any of you out there have had success with Haunter. I'm going to keep trying it out, maybe run it in the lead again, but thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content, and I will see you all in the next video.